So, you know, it is working. I pressed square too late there. Hey, don't die to a Bacura. That would be really embarrassing. There we go. There we go, and then I got the flashcard heal anyway. I'm kind of scared to see what the time is going to be at the end of this fight, by the way. I feel like I've lost all sense of time since I've started fighting this thing. We're going to get to the end of this, and it's going to be like, yeah, you just spent like 12 minutes doing that. Was it worth it? And I'll be like, no. No, it wasn't really worth it, if I gotta be real with you. But also, I'm committed. Like, if I was going to give up on doing this, the time to do it was back when this thing still had like 20k HP. My sunk cost fallacy has gone way too deep now for me to even consider fleeing. I mean, I do almost 100 damage a hit, so, you know, we're chunking it down. Honestly, I should probably stop trying to use Whirling Assault. I think Whirling Assault is actually wasting more time than it's saving me with damage. Too early on my block. Rip. There we go, that's better. You heal a lot out of that, out of the flash guard. I did not realize. Come on, come on. Anyways, even though I think fighting this Bacura was a mistake and a waste of our time, I am glad that I came to Zagut Flood Meadow since they specifically put down that tree to not let you go very far in it. So clearly the game expected you to go here and get some chests and whatnot. So I'm glad that we came over here. I'm not glad that the Bacura spawned and affected my infinite greed into wasting my time here. It's so close. It needs like 4 more combos. Ow. Stop doing your stupid spin move. All of your moves are spin moves. Stop doing your stupid slap move right there. Don't do that anymore. No, you're at like 100. There we go.
Very close.
All of that for 5,000 experience. Oh, it was only about 5 minutes. I felt like it was longer than that.
Am I stronger?
5,000 experience, not worth it. We did get a level up, though. Alright, so fighting that Bacura netted me this 4 GP. I need to really think hard about what I want with this GP and where I should effectively spend it, because it means a lot. So I'm just gonna like click X a couple of times and not put any thought into it at all other than get thing that extends Lilium Orb, because this is like Intelligence 15, right? Yeah, we want Intelligence 15. This should be Strength. I also want Strength 10%, the whatchamacallit, and I want that SP there. So basically, with the next, like, 2 or 3 level ups for Milla, we want to get those 2. We should go ahead and get this as well. So we want to, like, get all of this section cleaned up, grab that SP, and then maybe we'll grab the Vitality 10%, or maybe we'll try and do Psych or Dex up here. There's some SP here, so we'll probably try and get the Dex one. That's going to take a couple of levels, but... yeah, we still have to fight the Devil's Beasts. We're about at the point where we can do that. I'm pretty sure we are capable of, and probably even should, handle all of the Devil's Beasts before the final boss. I'm gonna actually, before next stream, I'm gonna double check my Jude Redux and see if I fought the Devil's Beasts before or after the final boss. I think we can do almost everything except the post-game dungeon before the final boss, as far as subquests go. I mean, we definitely can. I'm just not sure if it's smart to do it that way or not, based on the experience gains and the levels and all that. It might be better to fight the final boss a little earlier and then do, like, the Devil's Beasts and whatnot after, depending on how much experience and whatnot it nets us. So, you know, we'll kind of see how that goes. I'm gonna double check on my Jude playthrough and see what I did in that one, and that might make my decision on if we go straight to final boss or I do the majority of subquests first. Because the thing is no matter what, we can't end on the final boss. If I could do the final boss last to end the playthrough, which would also get me my Platinum Trophy, I would do that in a heartbeat, because then we would end the playthrough on the Platinum Trophy. But unfortunately, that's not an option. There is a post-game dungeon. I like the post-game dungeon, and I want to do the post-game dungeon. And thus, we have to beat the final boss, and then, at minimum, do the post-game dungeon right after. And the post-game dungeon is only like an hour to 2 hours long. It's not like a long post-game dungeon, because it doesn't like have a puzzle to it or anything. It's just straightforward. But it has a really sick boss fight at the end, a really difficult one, so. Lord Maxwell, why won't you help us? A lot of people here. If you flee to the temporal crossroads at the top of the Holomont, maybe you can cross into the human realm. I can't move anymore. There's no escaping Muse. Wherever you go, she'll find you. Muse is kind of horrifying. You don't... I feel like you kind of see it in Jude's story as well, but Muse, like her power and her like willingness to complete her mission, which again is a great juxtaposition, I think is the right word. A great juxtaposition with Milla, who at the start of the game was also like, I will complete my mission no matter what. I love it. I really like... I always like to point out that I love Muse and I love what Muse adds to the story, and we're about to see a lot more of it because Muse adding to the story really comes in like at the start and end of chapter 4, so we're about to see a lot more of it, and we might see a little less of it than normal from Milla's perspective compared to Jude's, because I know there's one major cutscene that we see in Jude's story that we might not see in Milla's, because I think it's around this moment that it happens, but I could be remembering wrong. But the quartet of Gaius, Milla, Jude, and Muse they're all such great foils to one another and showing their ideologies and their individual character developments while also having incredible parallels with one another. Jude and Muse have a lot of parallels with each other. Milla and Gaius have a lot of parallels with each other, and Muse and Milla have a good bit of parallels as well, and Gaius and Jude have a parallel here and there also, but not as much. But it's mostly Gaius and Milla parallel, Jude and Muse parallel, and then there's a bit of Milla and Muse parallel with each other because of them both being spirits, being sisters, and being dedicated to their mission. But Muse shows up in the game the least, so I feel like she flies under the radar for a lot of people. So I always like to really make a point that I love Muse and what she does for the overarching character development and story for Xillia in general, mainly in relationship with, again, Milla, Gaius, and Jude. I absolutely love it, and I'll probably talk more about it as we see more cutscenes with her and at the end of the game and all, but Muse is also a big part of why this is my favorite game of all time. I'm streaming for 4 hours today, chat. Muse is not a naturally born spirit, that's why she's able to do such horrible things. You have to go to the temporal crossroads and tell Lord Maxwell what happened. Lord Maxwell, please save us. Isn't there a specter of Lord Maxwell at the shrine? It hurts, help me. I'm kind of worried that this specter of Maxwell is going to be some kind of a boss fight for us. This sounds spooky. But hey, nothing to it but to get over there. We are almost at part 100. I'm kind of hoping that I'm hoping that there's enough, like, exploring on the way up to the shrine to, oh, wait.
What? You followed us? Why?
Numbskull? Don't tell me you're trying to stop us from sacrificing ourselves.
Wait, Sylph. Her body is different, and her memory's gone. But a certain part of Milla may yet remain.
Yes. If that's the case, there is nothing we can do to stop her.
You know, even if you never get your memories back, you're still the best.
This creature isn't Milla. The real Milla would think more logically. She'd never be dumb enough to follow us like this.
Sylph.
If you are determined to accompany us, then we cannot stop you. Come with us, or turn back. We will respect your decision regardless.
Yep.
Indeed.
Whatever.
I didn't think we'd run into the spirits immediately again like that. Hey, we can tether with them again. Yeah, actually, you know, exploring, I think the Spirit Way is only like 2 screens, but there might be enough going on here, and maybe we'll get another cutscene or something. I'm surprised we haven't gotten any skits with the 4. I thought we'd have some skits with the 4. Wait a minute. It said I could take one of these. But we might be able to start part 100, like, right when I get up to the shrine, because I don't know what's gonna go on from there. I'm wondering if the game is gonna make us climb the Holomont. In Jude's story, you climb the Holomont, and there are, like, a lot of monsters on the way up, and chests and whatnot. I didn't think they would have us do that in Milla's story, because it's just Milla. But it's possible. I am loving all of these high-tier materials we're getting right here as well. And And so many black feathers. I need to be able to get back to Sherrilton soon before I hit the 250 limit that you can carry at a time. I think it's 255. There's really nothing up here? I think there's an Ifreed treasure here if you're not in the spirit realm, actually. Now, an Ifreed treasure in the spirit realm would be really funny, because then it's like, ah, yes, I Ifreed even found my way into the spirit realm. Give. I'm really curious if they're gonna make me go up the Holomont or not as Milla. We are soon going to find out. Also, yeah, like there's the shrine right there. Excuse me, pardon me. It's unfortunate that we only have Milla with us. If I wanted to, like, buy a little extra time to intro part 100 at a good spot, because I care about that. Like, I like it when a part 100 in a video, like, has something special going on it. It doesn't always happen. Sometimes the way a playthrough shakes out is that part 100 is just me, like, doing a couple of side quests or something, just because of where I was in the game at the time that rolled around. But whenever I can make a part 100 have some big event in it or whatnot, which I know we're going to get a big event when we go up to the Holomont here, I really like it if I can influence the way I play a little bit to make that happen, to get something neat for part 100. And also, I'm just really worried that I'm going to walk up to the shrine here, and then it's going to be cutscene central, like cutscene battle, cutscene, etc. for like 20 plus minutes, and then I'm not even going to have an opportunity to do a part 100 intro without it being really awkward and like in the middle of cutscenes or in the middle of a fight. And that is also something I like to avoid when trying to do part 100s. I just like it when the part 100s feel special, you know? That's why I make them an hour long. Also, by the way, I've not been looking super closely, but I've been kind of looking. I think they took out all of the crawl spaces in the spirit world, which is interesting to me. They don't have any, I haven't seen any of the little holes that you can crawl through, like in the Elude Trail or here. And I'm like 90% certain that the Spirit Way, Zalgut Flood Meadow, and Elude Trail all had crawl spaces. But they just took them out of the Spirit version here, which is interesting. Doo-doo. Ba-da-ba. I thought I saw a shiny thing there. All right, yeah, well, we're here at the shrine. I don't think part 100 is supposed to start for like another 10-ish minutes, though. I can make a couple of videos a little bit shorter than usual to fix that. Let's look around. Is there anything I can really do? Is there any expansion I want to do? Caw-caw. A lot of these black eggs, we've been getting sapphire shells. You know, I'll do this, but I'm going to keep the Griffin Claws for now, again, in case we get a ×3 out of nowhere. We are getting close to the end of the game, so what's going to end up happening is I'm still keeping, like, my highest tier materials, hoping that we get a ×3 for them on a shop that I actually care about, like the 2000, the 15, the 4K here. Just, like, the highest tier stuff I try and keep, so that if a 3K comes up, it's like, worthwhile. But, I'm kind of thinking, or what's going to end up happening is as we get into the end of the game, because we're only going to have a few more times where, like, because I do think that we're going to be able to finish the game in 3, maybe 4 streams. I do not foresee a world where Xillia needs 4 more streams after this one. I think it's going to need 3 at most. Like, 4 is the absolute limit. Like, if the next 3 streams take a bit longer than I expect, then I'll be like, oh, wow, we need, like, 1 last stream to get it done. Wasn't expecting that. But I'm really thinking it's going to be, we're going to get through probably the rest of the main story in the next 2 streams. Chapter 4, I think, like, if you're trying to, like, get through the story and you're just doing a handful of subquests, it's probably about 8 hours, give or take. The bulk of Tales of Xillia is in Chapter 1 and 2. Chapter 3 is super short, and Chapter 4 is not as short as 3, but shorter than Chapter 1 and 2, most definitely. So, I am kind of feeling like 3 more streams, we get it done. So when we get to, like, that last stream or the second to last stream, I'll probably just give up on caring about ×3 and just be like, oh, does the armor shop have fish? Use all of my fish. Does the weapon shop have wood or a leaf, whatever you want to call it? Use all of my leaf. Because we're only going to get like 4 or 5 more opportunities where the bonus changes before the end of the playthrough anyway. So I should just, you know, go all out. Can almost get this to 69. Do I have any insect to use? I do. And I can keep my venomous stingers. Bloodsucker. We did just buy weapons, though, so I probably actually want to use my strange items on the armor shop. I do think we're fine on the item shop. I don't have any all divides, but we haven't needed all divides. Gillen's fight did get close. Well, not close. I had like 5 life bottles left, but it was getting to the point where I was almost out of life bottles, and I was like, oh no, if I don't kill Celsius before I run out of life bottles, we're in a really bad spot. But we managed. We killed Celsius with like 4 left, and then Resurrection could carry us from there. I don't think we're gonna need all divides, but I do kind of want to get the shop to where all divides are available just in case. But at the same time, I really just want to upgrade weapon and armor and maybe accessory, but I don't even really want to upgrade accessory all that much. Because I'm not sure it's going to... I'm not sure we're going to be able to get the accessory shop high enough to get a worthwhile bonus out of it before the end of the game, is the thing. You know what I mean? I feel like we're not going to make it to that point. I am going to do that. Put it exactly at 67. And then I might even go ahead and buy some armor for Milla here, because I feel like the game is going to hit me. 16 points? What the heck? Oh, you know what? Let's do this. It's going to take all 3 of these, but let's get this to 69. I feel like the game is going to hit me with some kind of a boss fight with whatever this Maxwell Spectre is. It might even be like a copy of Milla or something. That would be interesting. So I want to armor up Milla here, because if we have to fight with just Milla, that's going to be rough. Can she not wear any of this equipment? Sure, wait a minute. Surely there's like a higher tier like chest thing I can buy for you. Surely. Oh, you have to wear the queen coat specifically, and it was no longer new because the hero's coat came in. Okay, cool. Strong on fire. Yeah, Milla focuses fire and wind. Rowan focuses earth and water. I was talking about that earlier. Oh, the ancient coat is what we want, though, and it's coming soon. This isn't that expensive, and it is an upgrade. I'm still going to buy this anyway, and then we're also going to buy the ancient coat for Milla when it comes up, because it's still a good buff. But it's fine, because we'll get some of our money back from the queen coat. I think that money spend was worth it. And then Heavenly Ribbon, big art defense up, lower on physical defense. This is just up on both. I'd rather have the platinum circlet for sure on Milla. And then when we get the rest of the party back, we will probably try and expand the shop to a little bit higher, maybe try and get it to 75. I'm thinking an end goal here is weapon shop and armor shop 75, buy the best stuff available at 75, then dump everything else into the accessory shop and see if we get good accessories by the end of the game. I think that's the way I'm going to handle it. I think that's the way I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to keep the stun talisman. All right, well, I bought as much time as I can, so I think I am going to intro part 100 here, and I think it should be fine. There's probably going to be a video or two from this session that's like 17-ish minutes. I usually try and have videos always be about 20 minutes. I'll probably have to have a video or two a little shorter, but it should still work out fine. It should work out fine. It'll be fine. But yeah, for those of you watching on YouTube, those of you here on Twitch, don't go anywhere. I'm going to be streaming for another hour, so, you know, I'm not outshooting the Twitch stream. We've got another hour ahead of us. But for those of you on YouTube, this is the end of part 99, if I've done my math right. I really hope I did. I hope you're enjoying the playthrough. I'm absolutely loving it. I love seeing the Spirit Realm stuff with Milla. It has been great. I'm very excited to see how this concludes. I mean, I kind of know how it concludes when she reunites with the rest of the party from Jude's story, but I'm really interested to see how exactly Milla gets there, because they don't really explain how Milla gets there in Jude's story, so I cannot wait to see that. But yeah. If you want to catch streams live, link to my Twitch channel in the description. I'd love to see you there. Next part will be part 100 for those of you on YouTube, an hour-long part where we hit up the Holomont and see what goes on at Milla's Shrine and whatnot, and hopefully reunite with everyone else. So, very exciting, very pumped for it. Until then, farewell.